As he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. On first down, Dobbins. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 24, check 24. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. From the 38, Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
4. We got 4.
From the 25 on second down, Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey, Mike. Alert. Coming up to you. Stop. Mike 20. Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. There we go, Mike 20. What? Regular. Go.
Allen to throw once more. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 13 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And McManus able to put it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, Mike 20.
Allen. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now this time he'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Check, lucky. Shift. Check 99. On 52. Check.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Pull together.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
My 52.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. They find some open field here. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
He'll look to throw. Going long here for Wallace. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A big play there for the Dolphins. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. And now they'll throw with Allen. That's caught at the 1. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Allen now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
36. Tight yard.
Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The kick by Maher is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
61, match box.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dalvins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And that last penalty makes his 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch the whip.
They'll look to throw here. And, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now back to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he cuts it right and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 52 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Watch twist.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at about the 28. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll drop the throw. And his pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. They'll set up a throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. So Allen's going to look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Allen to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. Allen. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. To throw is Allen. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Miami, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Denver, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.